Welcome to your Daily 5 for Thursday, July 20th, 2023. I realized something because today is Thursday. At least when I'm recording this, it's Thursday in the United States. And Thursdays are when the new episodes of Star Trek Strange New Worlds come out. And it occurred to me that I don't know if I've talked about it. I may have mentioned that I watched the first episode of season 2 in the main show, but I'm pretty sure I haven't done any episode reviews of season 2 at all. And I didn't even realize that at this point, as of today's episode release, the show, it is now past the halfway point because it's 10 episodes from what I saw. And last one I saw was episode 5. 6 is today. I haven't watched it as of the time of this recording. And also, it's not going to be in tomorrow's main episode because we had already recorded before this occurred to me. But I don't think I've talked about it, which might lead you, because my normal thing is if I stop talking about a show, that means I've stopped watching it. But that is not the case with Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 2. I'm having a blast with it. And I think it was almost to the point where I just kind of was enjoying it so much that I didn't think I needed to talk about it because I went, oh yeah, it's still as good as it was. And it didn't occur to me that I should point that out to people because, you know, second seasons of shows can infamously be pretty rocky, not necessarily with just Star Trek, but in general, season 2 can be where things go. I mean, if you look at Next Generation season 2, you certainly see where it can go off the rails a bit. But I'm really happy with at least so far. Now, this could always change in the next 3 or 4 episodes because there's, at this point, I'm halfway through. But I really can't imagine that they're going to fumble the second half of the season. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I really would be surprised because I feel like everything that worked for me anyway, in Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 1, is still working in Season 2. Now, I've seen some weird criticisms of this season. I will point out, it does have a trial episode, and I gotta be honest, I never think Trek handles trial episodes very well. I mean, almost never, and even when they handle them well, honestly, I feel like 60% of the episode I could skip just to get to the good bits, and I wouldn't really be missing anything. So, there is a trial episode in Season 2. It does not break that formula, but since every trial episode and every Trek I've seen has this problem, I can't really unfairly judge Strange New Worlds for that. So I'm kind of just letting that one go. And there is one thing in the 4th episode that I'll save it because it would be a bit of a spoiler. It would be a spoiler, not even kind of. So I'll save that for the next week's show when I talk about it in depth. But it was baffling, the one thing. But it's not storytelling related, so I don't really care that much. It's something else, but I'll get to that. But overall, I feel like they're still doing a really good job at giving most of the cast members some time where we get a little bit of a focus on them. I've seen people saying Pike isn't in it that much, which that might be true in terms of actual screen time if you have a stopwatch and you're counting the minutes. But he's absolutely as present as he was in Season 1. I don't understand this criticism. Some people don't like the fact that they've done some humorous stuff with Spock. I think that's extraordinarily overblown. There is humor with Spock. I think it's handled well. It's certainly no worse than Star Trek 4, let's put it that way. Again, a lot of the stuff I've seen where people are complaining, I'm just not having these problems. I'm not saying there aren't valid complaints for those individuals. That's fine. And there's nothing in this season that's going to turn you around on the show if you didn't like it the first time. So it's not like it's massively changed. I think it's doing much of the same stuff that worked for me in Season 1, and they're continuing that in Season 2. I like Carol Kane, I believe is the actress's name, the Ghost of Christmas Present from Scrooged. They made her into the new engineer, which I think is a really smart move. They didn't try to replace the character that died in Season 1 with the same type. Instead, they went with somebody completely different, and I think she's delightful and weird, and I like those type of characters. So again, everything I want out of Star Trek right now, and what I haven't had in a long time up until Strange New Worlds and the early episodes of Discovery, is here. So I am not going to sweat little things. There's always going to be stuff you can nitpick. There's always going to be something. Every single season of every single Star Trek has things that you can go back. And even the classic series, Spock's Brain. Do we remember Spock's Brain? We want to talk about stupid stuff with Spock. So if you're going to look for things to be critical of, you're going to find them. Yes, you will find things to complain about, but if you come into it, as I am, and you just want Star Trek that's fun, and sci-fi, and space, and good characters, then you're going to have a good time. And so far, I'm having a good time. So that's my overall half-season review of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Still a fun time. Later.